Hi, everyone. I'm Troy Sherburne, here in Blue Ridge, Georgia. I wanted to share something that's been coming up in conversation with homeowners lately. Nothing urgent, just something worth thinking through if selling is on your radar. Last Friday, we walked through the numbers together. Inventory is elevated compared to last year. Days on market are stretching compared to the urgency we saw in 21 and 22. And our list to sales price ratio is signaling negotiation. That doesn't mean the market is bad. It means the market is recalibrating. And when markets recalibrate, one phrase starts floating around the table. Maybe we'll just wait for the perfect market. So today, I want to gently talk through why waiting for the perfect market usually doesn't work the way people will hope it will. Not to push, not to rush, just to think clearly. Because for most families, this isn't just a transaction. It's years of memories. It's stewardship. It's timing life wisely. First insight, markets don't ring the bell. There's no bell at the top, and there's no siren at the bottom. The perfect market is usually only obvious in hindsight. Right now in Blue Ridge, buyers have options. Inventory is elevated. That gives them leverage. And what we're seeing is a shift in buyer behavior. A couple of years ago, buyers were operating out of FOMO. They were moving quickly, often emotionally. Today, they're selective. They're filtering hard. Condition, setting, view, privacy, uniqueness, especially in a second home market like ours. Cabins with mountain views, river homes, lake homes, unique acreage tracts. These are discretionary purchases. Second home buyers don't have to move. That's what makes preparation so important. And discretionary buyers move when something feels exceptional, not average. But here's the important part. They are still buying. We've seen homes this winter sell quickly when they're positioned as the clear best option in their price range. Well prepared, well priced, well positioned. That's the difference. Second insight, leverage shifted, but it's not permanent. When inventory rises, leverage shifts towards buyers. That's simple math. There are more sellers than buyers in many regions right now. And that means buyers negotiate harder. Our days on the market are stretching. Our list to sales price ratio has normalized. That's not collapse. That's balance returning. A homeowner says, we'll wait until leverage swings back. And sometimes it does. But in the meantime, carrying costs continue. Taxes, insurance, maintenance, opportunity costs. In mountain markets, especially with cabins and second homes, those carrying costs are real. I had a homeowner tell me this week at the kitchen table, we'll wait a year and probably get more. And I gently asked him, more than what? More than your carrying costs? More than the opportunity to deploy that equity somewhere else. After taxes, upkeep, insurance, utilities, and another year of the market uncertainty. Sometimes the game people are waiting for quietly gets eaten by time. And sometimes the most responsible decision isn't waiting for a better market. It's making a wise move in the market you're actually in. The perfect market often costs more than it pays. Third insight, you cannot control macroeconomics. You can't control interest rates. You can't control national headlines. You can't control global markets. But you can control readiness, condition, presentation, pricing strategies, your own financial clarity. The sellers who succeed in a transitional market are not the ones trying to time the headline. They're the ones who master the control. They prepare the home well, they price realistically from day one. They understand the segment they're competing in. And they line the sale with their life, not the market. The goal isn't to beat the market, it's to align your move with your life. If your life says it's time to simplify, or free up equity, or reposition investments, waiting for a perfect market can mean stalling your life for something rarely materializes the way we imagine. What this means here in Blue Ridge. In our mountain market, uniqueness matters. A view cabin is not the same as a wooded cabin. A riverfront home is not the same as a neighborhood lot. A turnkey STR is not the same as a project. Buyers are picky right now, but they are decisive when they see value. That's the key. your property is positioned as one of the best options in its segment, it moves. If it's positioned as one of many, it sits. And sitting creates price reductions, and price reductions create perception. No homeowner wants that cycle. This isn't about urgency, it's about clarity. That's why last Friday's numbers matter. They're not predicting doom, they're showing us a season. And just between us, the mountains don't wait for perfect weather either. They just keep. Seasons change. The key is recognizing which one you're standing. If selling is even a possibility this year or next, don't wait for the perfect market. Have a clear conversation. Look at your segment. Look at your numbers. Look at your life goals, and then decide. Sometimes the right decision is to wait, but it should be a strategic wait, not a hope. There's a difference. If selling is something you're considering now or down the road, the best first step is always a conversation, not a decision. I'm happy to help you think it through when the time is right.